Hi everyone and welcome back to Evoke Deep Scents. Right now it's the early summer time and I know a lot of people out there will be looking for something very strong summer fragrance that should be loud, last all day long and also at the same time smell something unique. Well, the Lattafa Atlas was popular just for that, and to make things more interesting I will be comparing it with Ibrahim Al Qurashi Spanish tobacco. Now even before I start this video, this is not a blind buy worthy fragrance DNA, and if you already have one of these fragrances you can choose to skip this video out, because in this video I will be talking about subtle differences, price and scent quality comparison and a few more things right after this intro. So let's dive in. Now, I have already covered the Lattafa Atlas extensively, so I will not be going through the Lattafa Atlas packaging, but we will definitely take a quick glance at the Ibrahim Al Qurashi Spanish tobacco packaging. The packaging is fairly simple. It comes in a brown box and the Spanish tobacco comes in extracted concentration. Now, you might have noticed that this specific bottle I am reviewing comes in 100 ml, and you will see that it is quite different from the 200 ml packaging. One more thing you might have noticed here, the bottle was moving inside the box, so there is a small little chance that it might get damaged during the transit. However, that's not the case with the 200 ml packaging. However, the bottle design is pretty much the same. Of course, it won't be as big as the 200 ml bottle, and also the cap clicks onto the place, but don't pick up the bottle with the help of the cap because it's not enough to carry the weight of the bottle. I love the bottle design. It is simple and the glass has a very nice frosted deep blue color, and it goes very well with the golden color as well. Now let's jump into the smell section here. Now both of these fragrances are fresh yet quite polarizing in nature, and that doesn't happen with a lot of fresh fragrances, and that is the very reason that I don't suggest you to blind buy these two fragrances, even though they are excellent in terms of performance, which I will talk about in just a few moments. But the question is why it is so polarizing in nature. If you have not tried this DNA like Orto Parisi Megamare, Lattafa Atlas or Spanish tobacco for that matter, it might actually feel a bit puzzling. What's there to not like about this fragrance? It's aquatic, it's fresh, slightly mossy and musky. With the description I gave just now, doesn't feel very polarizing, isn't it? The thing is, these two fragrances don't have a standard oak moss feel like what you get with the Havas Black or the Nisane Hachivat. It is more of a marine aquatic scent, and over time there has been a buildup of green mossy substance on the rocks, and the scent structure doesn't go into the earthy direction. Instead it smells like a damp stone with slightly sweet musky undertone. Earlier in this video I talked about subtle differences between these two fragrances. That's because the Spanish tobacco has little bit of saffron in the opening, giving it that unique spiciness and little bit of floral undertone, making the smell a bit more complex as well. Now when these two fragrances hit the dry down, they are going to be very similar, up to the point that it becomes redundant if you have one of these two fragrances. But if you are a big fan of this DNA and if you are looking for a backup bottle, then I would suggest you to try the other fragrance. Is there a performance difference between these two fragrances? I would say the longevity is pretty much the same, with the Lattafa Atlas giving me at least 12 hours on clothes, and the Spanish tobacco is also not far behind. I would say they are pretty much same in terms of performance. In terms of projection too, they are fairly similar. Expect around 2 to 3 hours of projection from both of these fragrances, and right now the weather condition is also very hot and humid here. It's around 36 to 37 degrees Celsius here right now, and the humidity is also very high. So performance isn't a joke with these two fragrances. Very serious and can be quite overwhelming for a lot of people out there. I would go as far as to say that don't go over 2 sprays with these two fragrances unless you want to annoy people around you. In terms of versatility, these two fragrances are not very versatile. If you are looking for an outdoor fragrance, the Atlas and the Spanish tobacco can be great option, given that you like the smell. For formal settings, I would not recommend either of these two, and neither I would recommend this as a date fragrance as well. And if possible, do try a decant before considering a full bottle. Now the biggest differentiating factor between these two fragrances is the price and the quantity they come in. I believe the Lattafa Atlas comes in 55 ml, and currently the pricing is just under 2500 rupees, and the Spanish tobacco comes in 100 ml, and you should be able to find this one for under 3000 Indian rupees mark easily. And if you do the maths, you are getting better price to juice ratio with the Spanish tobacco. There is hardly any performance difference, and you aren't going to overspray these two fragrances unless you want to choke people around you. So at the end of the day, you should make your purchasing decision based upon your requirement. Will you be able to use all your 55 ml of Lattafa Atlas? If yes, then do consider the Spanish tobacco, because you will be getting almost the double the juice quantity with the Spanish tobacco. And both of these two fragrances are very long lasting beast mode summer fragrances, so you are never going to be disappointed in terms of performance. However, keep one thing in mind, you might go nose blind with these two fragrances as there is lot of ambroxan used here. If you have tried the Lattafa Atlas or Spanish tobacco, what are your thoughts on these two fragrances? Have you got compliments with these fragrances and whether you like them or not? Do let me know in the comment section down below. If you were watching my video for the first time, do consider subscribing to the channel, and while you are there, don't forget to hit the notification bell as well. Also, I am very curious to know which of these two eternal scents you will be picking. Of course, if you like this scent DNA. I will be waiting for your response and will be back soon with a new and exciting video. Till then, stay safe and as always, stay honest.